Live from Milan FinTech Summit 2023 here in Milan at Allianz MiCo. 2 days of working to talk about the fintech industry and its future. In this moment, we are together with Vincenzo Rana, who is professor and researcher at the Osservatorio on blockchain and Web3 at Politecnico di Milano and CEO at NOBS. Thank you for being with us.
It's a pleasure.
So, Vincenzo, today we want to talk about a couple of points of your speech in the main stage here at Milan FinTech Summit 2023. So, the equation between the value of crypto assets and the usage of technology. What is the result of this math operation?
Okay, it's quite easy to explain. On one side, you have the value of the currencies, so the value of the investment, okay, which has a trend which is somehow oscillatory, so it's going up and down, up and down. So probably if you see some indicators since probably 2012, 2014, you see they are going up and down continuously. So it's quite easy to understand there is a bull run and then a bear market, then a bull run, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, there is the value of the technology. So there is the number of companies and industry that are using blockchain in their project, the number of people using the technology itself, and the advancement in the technology of blockchain and Web3. And this is continuously increasing, okay? So we are building, the developers are building new projects, are building new technology, and it's quite interesting. If you can imagine it like the difference between the value of the stocks of some tech companies working on the internet and the value of internet itself. If the stocks are going up and down, you're not going to use internet less or more, using the technology because it brings you some advantages and you like that. I mean, use that for your life, not because of the value of the investment. On the other side, the value of the investment is interesting by itself because, I mean, there is someone which is doing speculation, people who are doing investment. I mean, it could be a way to invest your money and so on. But they are, let's say, completely separated in some sense.
So according to these, looking to the evolution that fintech and also the new economy is doing in this moment to develop new solution to growth in the market. So under this point of view, what are, according to you, the new challenges that maybe we can transform in opportunities when we use technology to underline the importance of crypto assets in this new evolving ecosystem of fintech?
Yeah, probably the worst part or the crazy part is that the main challenges created by, I mean, there are somehow right now in the ecosystem are created by the technology itself. So the technology arrived a few years ago. People were starting using the technology in different ways, buying cryptocurrencies, moving funds, and so on. And then there were some problems: anonymity of the transaction, transparency of the wallet, so you can see the amount of money that a person holds in their wallet, and so on. These are problems created by the technology itself. And we have seen that from the regulatory point of view, they started to make some laws, some regulations to, address the ways in which this technology can be used. And the interesting part is that sometimes, probably often, in the mass majority of cases, the solutions to this problem come from the technology itself. So the technology is evolving to bring some property, to bring some solution to this problem. For instance, you have on one side, you want to preserve the privacy of your users. I mean, users should be, should have
protected.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be protected. But on the other side, you have to help authorities, for instance, to analyze data, to understand where funds are coming from, and so on. And with blockchain right now, we can do that. We can preserve the privacy of the user by asking, for instance, a proof that a certain amount of money does not come from that particular source. So that's interesting. In that way, your privacy is preserved, but authorities can do their analysis, basically.
Absolutely. And looking to the future, according to you, the next steps or the next priorities to follow in order to grow in the market and maybe to make a better life for people or users, customers, or also for players of the market, what are they?
Yeah, we are seeing that there are month after month, years after year, we see that always more companies build project POC and pilots on that technology. So people are starting using the technology because the main brands are starting using that. But right now we are in an early stage, so we still need to get to reach the mass adoption. And I think that it could be very fast. It depends on the companies that are using they are developing these projects. Probably it will be a little bit different from other technologies. For instance, with internet, we had to wait for the infrastructure to be deployed, for the devices, smartphones, to be both basically by the users and so on. So there is a physiological time that you have to wait
Yes.
to see the effect of the
We need
technology.
to do a path, a long path to do
Exactly.
it.
So we have a smooth transition. Year after year, people are buying new smartphones.
Mhm.
There is new, a faster infrastructure, 2G, 3G, 4G, and so on. While with blockchain, it's quite interesting that the infrastructure is basically based on the internet,
Yeah.
so it's already there, and the devices are basically smartphone. What you need is probably just to have a wallet, but you can do that with the hardware, with the device that you already have. So it could be very fast. It could be if one or more big companies decide to go in that direction and deploy in production a system based on blockchain, probably could be that in few days or weeks or months, everybody will be using this kind of technology. So it's crazy.
Yes, but maybe, and it's a topic that in these days was discussed also here in the Milan FinTech Summit interview area. They We need some more financial or some more fintech education, a new kind of approach maybe, but that maybe, for example, the Gen Alpha or Gen Z could be already, but according to your position as professor, as researcher, what is the main advice that you can give to build a new education on fintech, on technological approach, on crypto assets?
Okay. Okay. The main problem is that it is a quite recent technology, and so there are no very well structured and let's say old path that you can follow. Okay. So it is quite new. I have some courses at Politecnico at the business school. I also teach in the master in fintech this kind of technology. So I have some classes, some courses, but on the internet there are a lot of information. The problem is that the technology is evolving so fast that the information becomes old also very fast. So it is quite difficult to get an education on that. You should be really passionate. Right now, you see that a lot of people which are expert in this field, they're passionate about the topic. So they study the topic by themselves. Probably we need to explain the advantages of this technology a little bit more detached. I'm a tech guy, so it's bad for me to say that, but we have to detach from the technology. People should not understand how the technology works. As you know, for SSL, for instance, so you use the internet, but you do not know exactly how the HTTPS protocol works. Okay, but you know the advantages of a secure connection, of certificates, and so on. So probably we should start describing the technology in that way. It will take time, probably, because also the expert in the field should understand very well the potential of this technology. This is not clear at all right now. We see that it has a potential. It could be used somewhere, but it's like I always make the comparison with the internet. It's like at the beginning of the internet, it was not so easy to imagine a world in which we have social networks, in which we have influencers, in which you can work on the internet like that. It was not easy to understand. In the same way, right now it's very difficult to imagine what it will be in few years, but we have to build this consciousness through time, probably a little bit, step by step, let's say.
Yes. So thank you for your advices and for being with us
Yeah.
today.
Thank you. It was a really pleasure.
Thank you.